All right, what's going on, guys? So this is another day. I've spent all night going through that entire wiring harness and getting everything labeled, those ends that were cut off as I showed y'all. So today I went back to that same junkyard that I got the wiring harness from, and I went through and I just searched that around that same area, and I was able to find part of what I was missing. I wasn't able to find the connection that goes to the transmission, but I was going to hold off on that anyways because I wanted to know what kind of transmission I was going to be running before. And I don't know if the 4L80E has a different connection to it than the 4L60, so if that's the case, I don't want to be putting on some connectors and then taking them off again. So until I find out, until I get the transmission, I'll leave that the way it is. But these are the rest of the injectors, the mass airflow sensor, and the map sensor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wire these in. Now the way I plan on wiring these in is I'm going to splice them and solder them together and then shrink wrap over the connection, and so I will show you that process. So we're going to cut to that right now. Okay, so as I said, I got the two together, and so what I'm going to be doing here is this is my wiring harness that I went through and I labeled everything. So as you can see, injectors 2 and 6 and the power wires for each one of them. So I have, you see I was missing the injectors. Here are the injectors. They will be tying into here, doing that for me there. Out of this wiring harness here, I'll be getting rid of, I don't need this or this. So pretty much none of this right here I'm going to need. Pretty much just going to need everything that goes down all the way down here to the mass airflow sensor. So I'm going to go ahead and start tearing it down. I also have to remove the evap connector and wires that go through here. So there's still quite a few wires I have to remove from this part of the wiring harness too, so you don't need to see all that because you've seen it. It's boring. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump to me showing you how to splice the wires together. Alright, so this is what I got going on here. What I have done is, these are actually the insides of those butt connectors. I don't like the whole plastic and everything. They kind of look like these, but these are actually the shrink wrap ones. But they're the hard plastic. I don't like how bulky they look, so what I'll actually be doing is that once I get done, I'll be putting some actual shrink wrap on here, and I will be shrink wrapping them, and it just kind of makes everything a lot, the profile a lot smaller. So I'm not going to be soldering these. It's just something I've always been told: never solder inside an engine compartment. Things can, especially with small things like this, and the heat that can possibly be generated, they can come unsoldered. So that's why I'm going with the Crimp. It's gonna do good. I got a good, nice, tight connection. So what I'm gonna do now is show you what I'm doing here. And as you see, I've already done these, but I'm just gonna go ahead and mate some of these right here up with what I have right here, just to give you an idea. I know you don't want to sit there and watch the whole thing, so I'm not going to bore you through that. Let's see. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in here, obviously, and I'm going to kind of shove it in, because now it's meeting up with the other wires, and it's already a nice, good connection. And then I'm going to take these. These are like the cheap ones that you've seen, but these are actually a lot thicker, and they actually give a good grip or a good bite to it. So first I'm going to squeeze it flat, and then come in. There we go. Finish that off. I didn't get it even, but it's okay. It's going to be covered up once I do the shrink wrap right here. And so get the shrink wrap where you want it. Alright, so as you can see, it's nice and secure and covered. So there we go. Yeah, nice. So that's what I'm going to continue on with for the rest of these here. I'm not going to show you that. I'm just going to go ahead and because it's going to take a long time to do this, so just you get to see the final result, and you will thank me, because it would, if I put you through that, it would take forever. Okay, so as you can see, I've got them all shrink wrapped, or yeah, whatever, or heat shrinked, and I have them all put on. They're all good to go. They're all nice and tight. So nice tight connection. So I'm not too worried about it. But one problem I did notice whenever I got back and I was doing all this, as you can see, number 8, this is injector 8, it's not hooked up, and you'll notice that there is only 3 injector plugs here. That means I'm gonna have to go and get me one. I mean, it's the number 8. It's gonna be the short one, so it's not gonna be that big a deal. Let's see. I also got my this is actually my throttle control. I may have called it my master airflow. Hope not. I may have been showing you the other plug, but this is my electronic. I'm gonna go by drive-by-wire. Right now, I have a throttle body for drive-by cable, but I'll replace it with a drive-by-wire, and I'm gonna go with that. Get better telemetry, I believe. I don't know. Tell me what experience you have if you're watching this, as far as the benefits of going with a drive-by-wire versus, you know, drive-by-cable, or vice versa, you know. So I'm curious, but that's what we're gonna do. Let's see. I don't think I have anything else to wire. Well, yeah, I got the rest of the wiring harness to wire in, but I'm gonna do the same thing, so you don't really need to see that. That's not really something that's gonna help you any. So this is gonna be it for the video. Maybe you learned something. I know I didn't go through everything, but I showed you, the basics, and if you're if you're good with it, you can handle that. If you haven't yet, go ahead, like, subscribe. I would definitely appreciate it. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.